Bianchi Honda knows winter does not slow us down in Erie. We're tough, so why not drive an SUV that fits who we are, like the all-wheel drive 2019 Honda CR-V LX that you can now lease for only $198 per month. Erie is who we are, Honda is what we drive.
It's the Gannon Lady Knights Coaches Show. He is the head coach, Cleve Wright. Big weekend coming up, and you can take that in a couple different ways. IUP is a big game, and you've got the serve game coming up. Cleve, welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's been a while, hasn't it? A couple weeks?
Yeah. On the show here, anyways.
Yeah.
But Monday, you usually come in Mondays. You were at Pitt-Johnstown. Nice victory against Pitt-Johnstown, and I guess you could say the same about Seton Hill Wednesday night. For the sake of time, I want to talk about Seton Hill.
Okay.
Because that's a team that came in with the record, man. It looked like they were one of the ones to beat, and you sure did it.
I thought we responded really well. Seton Hill is a good team, and I thought we executed well, defended well, and so I was definitely pleased with our focus right from the beginning, and would have liked to have maintained that all the way through. We had our spots where we lost a little bit of focus, but I thought for the most part our players really executed the game plan. It was fun.
You obviously had to learn the players that were here in the system when you arrived, but it seems like they're kind of meshing with what you want to do as a coaching staff right now. Or do you tailor to them? Sorry.
They're bought in. I came in and we wanted to do things a specific way, and it starts from the seniors all the way down to the freshmen. Seniors are completely bought in, and that helps the rest of them to be bought in. And when they're all in, they're better together. And I think they really like each other, and I think they're really caring for each other, and that's huge. It shows on the court. So
you saw glimpses over the past 3 years for some of these kids of what they could do. Now it's Haley Tavis is playing some of her more complete basketball games as a Gannon Lady Knight, and I just wonder how interesting it was for you to come in and look at their specific skill sets and what you could grow. But you see maturation from her and someone like Sydney Mitchell.
Yes, I think again. I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch one game film from the previous deal. I didn't want to have any preconceived notions. And I just wanted to be able to make my judgment and see how they would fit into the system we wanted to put in. And Haley seems to really fit nicely into that, and she does a great job. She plays really, really hard. And I think she tries to do everything she can to stay in her lane, and that's good.
Chelsea Rourke, it seems when she realizes she's not hitting her shots, she knows that there's other areas of the court that she has to be involved in. Well, she's been hitting her shots.
She shot well against Seton Hill for sure. That's probably one of the best games she's had shooting the ball. Maybe at her second. Maybe she had another one or two. I think she's capable of shooting it very well. I'm sure she would say she's probably not pleased with how she's shooting it or has up to this point, but maybe Seton Hill is the spark, because she's certainly capable of it. And but Chelsea's never just about Chelsea. If her shot's not going, she knows she's not just a shooter. She can do a lot of other things. She's a great glue kid. She's a great glue kid as far as connecting people, and really wants to do. Is not afraid to do anything. Not above doing anything. She'll get down and do whatever she has to do. She's going to go to the board. She's going to work hard. She can get to the rim. She's going to talk. She's going to try and defend. So what a great kid.
We could probably do the next half hour on Tori Obenrader's game, the buzzer beater that she hit against Pitt-Johnstown. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I want to ask about your forwards, Tori, and then Sam Carrasco, and how she's developed just over the past 3 weeks, it seemed, before your eyes.
Yeah, we'll start with Tori. Tori is maturing each and every game and each and every practice. She's not hit her potential yet, and our ceiling. And again, I can say this about every one of our kids, which is really fun to say, is that she's a team player. She wants to do what's best for the team, and she's going to do everything that you ask of her. And I think with time, her game will expand into some other areas. Certainly maturing on the defensive end and understanding what she needs to do. Because she's an undersized post player. That's what she is, but she's a very good undersized post player. And so knowing how to take advantage of that and what she needs to do. She's learning every day, and you could almost say the exact same thing about Sam, because they're very similar in their games and how they play. Sam is a very one of those players that I think does a great job of keeping her balance. And when you do a great job as a basketball player keeping your balance, you can make shots. You can make a lot of shots. It's when you're off balance that you take that level of difficulty up. And so though you might hit some of those shots, and you might hit more, most of those shots, but I can guarantee you're going to hit a whole lot more when you're on balance. And so Sam does a great job of that, and she's came off the bench and been a great spark, and really done a good job being somebody that's coming in and helped us many games.
I know you want to talk about the serve game coming up Saturday. Point guard play, real quick. Faith Williams, you've got Boston McKinney. Same deal, both still developing, but they've kind of taken on a new mold. The position's different from what they were trying to do when the season started.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think they're just trying to, Faith is, you look at her and it's her first, she's not even completed a whole season of college basketball, and so it's hard to get out of that habit of what you used to do in high school. And I know she really wants to do it, and I see her getting better at it every day and trying to understand what we're looking for. And you could say the exact same thing about Boston, because, it's as if Boston, she does have experience, and that's really good, but it's also learning a new system, and so you kind of feel like a freshman in that system and that mentality and kind of the way we want to have our team perform on the court. And I know that they're both extremely willing and wanting to do everything they can to help the team, and so and I certainly see them, little by little. Again, our hope is that we just get a little better every game and a little better every practice, and I feel like thus far we've done that. So.
And again, don't want to leave anybody out. The rotation continues to grow, so hopefully, we'll have more time to praise everybody else next week. But I want to ask you about IUP. That game still lives up to its billing because IUP, they just continue to be the powerhouse that they've always been. But then you've got Cerveri, so you attach something really special to it as well. Right.
Well, we're excited about our job. We've done a lot of pre-work to this serve game, and we can talk about that in a second. But when you think about IUP, it's a big game because because Gannon's playing, and you're playing what I would consider a rival. At least in my history of this has been a rival, and so I think our players are excited about it, and they're excited about having the opportunity to play this team. And I think if we can keep our focus and do the things that we need to do. I mean, certainly there's things you have to do against IUP that are critical for you to have success against them. And so, Tom's done a great job there. I think he's been there. I think he's going into his 7th year, and every year he's been there. They've gotten better and better and better. And he lost a lot from last year, but they still certainly have some really good pieces back, and I'm sure Tom will have them ready.
Cerveri, tell me about that. What is the idea behind it? What's going on that day?
Well, this is another, we had our Goals for Life event back in December, and this Saturday we have an event called the Serve Game. We have been working and teaming up with the Erie Catholic School System. And so we have went out and did teacher rallies, and we've done student rallies, and asked the Erie Catholic School System students, faculty and staff and administration to compete against each other and bringing items in for to address youth poverty. We have a couple organizations in our community that are fantastic in serving that population, and that's Kids Cafe and the Inner City Neighborhood Art House. We met with them, asking what items they would need, that they were in need of and could use a lot of. And they gave us those items. We went into the schools and said, hey, can you guys, if the school that raises the most items, we're going to come back after our season's over and spend the day with you, and kind of have a competition with them and get a chance to be role models and to really kind of help them see that, our lives aren't about us. It's about how do we treat people around us? How do we try to help people that are around us? And so this is kind of a kids helping kids serving kids, when it comes to that Erie Catholic School System. And they do so many great things anyway. They're just fantastic. So the first part's going to be the competition. I can tell you right now that over 10,000 items have already been brought in, and that's just in 1 week. They started on January 2nd, and we'll know the totals tomorrow. It could be way over that. I just know for sure it's over. I was speaking to somebody right before I got on the radio, over 10,000 items.
Wow.
The second thing, there's really 3 prongs to this. The second prong is the Erie Catholic school students, as many as are invited to the game, to come for free. We want to honor the Erie Catholic school system. We're going to point out the things that they do for the community and how Gannon loves to support that, because that's what our heart is at Gannon. And so we'll have them at the game, and we'll have drawings for them and all kinds of stuff. So we're hoping that a big crowd will come, and we're expecting a huge crowd from the Erie Catholic school system. And then the third part, which is a pretty cool part,
this is cool.
is one. We also wanted to raise money for those 2 organizations we're supporting, and so we asked celebrities to play in the game for a cost, and so there we have. Well, the headliner will probably be Kayla McBride.
I would think.
So the best women's basketball player to come out of Erie, probably. I'm sure there's some older folks that would say there was some really good ones too.
Oh, there's yeah.
Kayla plays in the WNBA as many years as she has. I mean, I would say that would be a healthy argument that would I think she should be able to hold her own, and we'll see on Saturday how she holds her own.
Yeah.
But the other celebrities, the mayor's going to be there. Kurt Miller, who's the head coach of the Connecticut Sun for the WNBA. We've been friends for probably over 20 years. I knew Kayla when I was here the first time, as she was growing up here, and so they were really happy and excited about the cause. Erie has the youth population in Erie, about 40%, if not more, are under that poverty line. And we can't forget that. These are people in our community that need our help, and we need to support them. And so Kayla and Kurt jumped on board. So you got, the Mayor Joe and President Taylor from Gannon's going to play. I'm trying to think of some other ones.
Joe Persinger, I saw, was on the list.
Joe, yep. Mm-hmm. And then,
EDDC.
And all the principals from the elementary schools are going to be participating some way. Some will be playing, some will be coaching, but they're going to be on the floor. It should be really, really exciting and fun, and we're just excited because we want to do this every year, and we'll look at rotating our organizations that we support and so forth. But to this point, we really the goal is to address youth poverty, and I feel like we've got at least a good start on the first year.
So the public, they help out by just coming out to the game?
Yeah. Well, there'll be opportunities to donate
the
game, and we'd love to have them donate and to support the cause. That would be fantastic. Our hope and our goal is to give each one of those organizations between $4,000 and $5,000. That's a significant number when you talk about it, and they could really use that. The good that they could do for the population that they're serving, it'd be fantastic. So I would encourage everybody out there. 5:30 tomorrow night, our game against IUP. The celebrity game will happen at halftime. And just come out and support this cause to address youth poverty in Erie.
Huge game for PSAC West standings. Huge game for serving Erie, of course. He's Cleve Wright, head coach of the Gannon Lady Knights. And I happen to think the game's at halftime of the ladies' game, so you didn't have to play. I wondered if you were going to get some shots up. I'm like, I want to see Cleve out there.
No, and I've asked somebody's got to video this game because I want to be able to give President Taylor a hard time.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to give some other people a hard time. But so hopefully I'll see
Cleve?
that. And then we have we also have, I just got to give a shout out to Marlene Smith, who works for the Erie City government. She was a referee for many years, and she's a wonderful person. She's helping us out with the refereeing, and I don't know who her partner was, I would mention that, but she's going to be refereeing the game tomorrow, and just so excited. So it'll give some semblance of a game. It's only 5 minutes or 6 minutes, but
will you mark up the tape of the calls and send it in to?
Oh, absolutely.
Cleve Wright.
I'll set up an appointment with President Taylor and say, okay, we got to work on that.
Yeah, we need better refs next year, I think. He's Cleve Wright. Really appreciate it, Cleve. Have a great day, and good luck on Saturday.
Thanks for having me, Alex.